And I'm live. Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get you a little closer. I ain't got my glasses on. Sorry. Okay. Welcome, everybody, to Gold Diggers TV live. So, today, hopefully, y'all can hear me. Let me turn up a little bit. So, today, I wanted to discuss, just like the title says, I want to tell you all about the first business that I ever created. I mentioned it one of my past videos. I mentioned why I started it, so I'll go into that just in case it's your first time here, your first time hearing. So, my first business that I ever created, I would say real business, um, where I saw profit, revenue, where my idea was validated with like backed up with revenue, was a summer camp. And I was in my mid 20s. Um, my kids were young, and so what happened was it was my first time with my girls being not in daycare, like where they were actually still going to school. And so when school was out for a week, in Georgia, we have like week breaks every other month. I noticed that, but this was during summer. Um, it was just the amount was crazy. And I was like, wow, I would almost have to put them in summer camp. Like, I'm almost going to work just to pay for them to go to summer camp. Um, and I was appalled. But it was the first time I'd ever had to pay for them during the school day. I mean, yeah, to go somewhere. So what I did was I looked around. I tried to find what was close, what was around. And I noticed in my area, all the summer camps were pretty much 175 $200 a week per kid. And that just wasn't in the budget for me. So, a lot of people barely make that a week. Um, so I was distraught. And so the first thing I want to point out is I knew, one, there was a need, right? Two, um, nobody was filling it, because I searched and I looked and I wrote down all the ones in the area. I knew the area that we were living in. Um, and there just weren't any affordable ones, and the affordable ones weren't places you probably want to take your kids. So I knew that we needed a safe, education centered um, summer camp within our area. I looked within a 15-mile radius. So I thought about it, and I said, okay, well, you know what? My church, I said, the church has a daycare and they have all these extra rooms, and it's the summer, like nobody's there during the day. Um, let me pitch this idea to them, because that way everything's already set up, right? I don't have to go find a space, um, create this, and that. This is done. So I came up with the idea. At the time, I was working part time. So when I pitched it, um, it wasn't a big deal because I was working, I think, 9:30 to 2 or 10 to 3, something like that. And so I pitched it as, I'll be the director, I'll help set it up. Actually, I think I pitched it as, I'll just help get it all set up. I had um, a lot of connections in the community centered stuff. I was working for a nonprofit. So I knew that I could just make this work somehow. So I began to just call around, put it all together, and I put the whole plan together. I had all the pieces put together, and I pitched it to them. They said, "We love it. Seems like it'll be profitable. We can start off, hit the ground running, but we want you to lead it." Um, and I was like, okay. Because I had imposter syndrome at this time. But I was like, you know what? Sure, fine, why not? So I began launching. I launched it. I was the leader. I was the director. I opened and I closed. And I would still work during the day. And as I started setting things up, I learned that there was a youth program where you could hire, connect with the county, and you could hire youth, and the county was paying them, but they wanted them to get job experience. You just had to mentor them and be a coach to them. So I began doing that. So I got about 10 teenagers that were on, and I was teaching them, which I love to do. I was teaching them about work ethic, customer service. I taught them how to focus and pay attention to the kids, to be alert during your job, and just professionalism in general. So by the end of that first year, we wound up doing, I think they made about 100,000. I think we made about 100,000. I did this for every summer for about 3 years, and it wound up, it grows at the top. When I was in one of the meetings, the revenue meetings, it had gotten to 550K within for annually, because we wound up opening up again for the extra weeks when kids were out of school. But we were known in the community. People began, because it was, so good, people began spreading the word and telling everybody about us. So everybody was coming and bringing other people. Um, and I would say it's one of the things I'm most proud of in my life, because not only did I help my church bring in revenue, I was also helping the youth in my community by mentoring them. And I was also helping the parents in the community by having an affordable place for them to go take their children to, so I was giving them peace of mind in that area. And then I also helped the children, the babes, because they had somewhere they can go that was education centered, safe, professional, and edifying for them as well, because I don't play about kids. And all of this, what I really want to hone in is that all of this started because I saw a need. And instead of waiting for somebody else to do it, I stepped up and said, hey, I'm going to figure this out. Right. I think the more I read autobiographies, almost all great businesses start from somebody saying, hey, this shouldn't be this way, or something should be here to do this. Like there's a need that needs to be met. So, what I would say, if you are looking to do something that's purposeful and profitable for your community, number one is look for a need, right? A lot of times we say, be passionate about it. I was passionate, but it wasn't my life purpose, but I was passionate about helping people and using what I had to make something happen. So in that way, it was my passion, but it wasn't like, I didn't always want to start a daycare. Um, but it was a profitable business. And I learned how to build one from the ground up. I learned all about the things, the permits. And once I was able to step up and start, all of the resources came to me. That's number two. I was ready to start with nothing. We were just going to hire a couple or get volunteers for some other kids. But as I took the initiative to get things rolling, the resources started coming in. That's when I learned about the other youth camp. And then people like, oh, wow, well, I know about this. Or, oh, wow, if you do this, blah, 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 blah. So people were coming in to assist me because I stepped up to meet a need. So that's the second point I really want to hone in. Don't think you have to have it all figured out up front, because you never will. And if you're waiting for everything to be perfect to start something, you'll be waiting forever. And that's the truth. You're never going to be perfectly ready to do anything. Ready is a mindset. Okay. Ready is a mindset. It's not a destination. So I don't know why my nose is itching, but number one, meet a need. Number two, start as you go, resources will come in, right? Just start. And I'm not saying it in a way that, oh, well, you're saying I should start with what you have. How about that? Start with what you have. Don't let the lack of something be the reason you don't begin. Okay. And third is, I truly believe this because I was doing something um, that my heart was serious about. Like I had a passion for people, I had a passion to help. I truly believe that's why it was successful because people saw me. I was out in the community. I was given the story. I would go to different nonprofit meetings, different county meetings of the government, and let people know, hey, we have this starting. Hey guys, you should come because yada yada yada. When you present things with passion, with hunger, with your sense of purpose, with seriousness, when you come behind that, whatever it is, I think a lot of people say your energy is your business card, right? When people see that, people buy you. Okay. That's the third thing. If you can get anything from this story, people buy you. Because honestly, what happened is once I left the camp, I think it went maybe 2 more years, but other leadership, other managers came in, and it was some shiesty business people, and all that hard work that we put in went down the drain, and it wound up leaving with a bad reputation because of the leadership who came in and took over after I left. So always know that you don't need the best funnels, you don't need ads to start off. You are your best marketing. Your passion, your love for what you do, the reason you're doing it, that's the reason people buy into your idea. And if people buy into your idea, investors come, clients come, customers come, resources come, right? So allow yourself to be your marketing, the face of your company, your why, your purpose, your big why. Allow yourself to be that when you first get started. All right. So I hope that helped you all. I'm going to hop on off. I wanted to let you guys know that if you guys need any further ideas or help or coaching, I have a starter guide of how I started this business in my stores called the Ultimate Biz Academy. I'm going to put it in the pin it in the comments, but you can get the starter guide or there's a full course if you guys want to get the full step by step, but they're each step by step. But the guide is just a PDF and it's about 35 pages, I think. But it'll walk you through step by step how to get it started. And if you want some ideas from me, there's also a link for coaching in my store as well. If you need somebody to brainstorm or just some ideas, I'm your girl. All right, y'all. Hope y'all have a beautiful day. And Sharice Forrest signing off. Bye bye.